Hello, artists. Welcome back to Artist Bootcamp 2024, where we are going to do a routine. We're making a routine for these next 28 days of February. We have a lot of work, but first, let's take a look at the schedule. Today is Tuesday, the 6th of February. And today we will be going over shapes, heads and hands, mannequins, and anatomy. Some basics of anatomy. So, first we're going to do some shapes to get warmed up. So, we have our shapes. Make a new layer. I press B. I'm doing this all in Photoshop, but you can do it in whatever program you feel like, or you can do it with just a pencil, a pen, and some paper. So here we go. B, general brushes. Use the brackets to make the reticle smaller. We're just gonna practice our hand-eye coordination, which is not very good. But we're not here for perfection. We're here to make us a routine that will last. This is how we get to a new level in art. Repetition leads to excellence, right? And that is what we're going for. Excellence. I don't need perfect, I just need to keep moving forward. I'm trying to be more decisive in the strokes, even if it's wrong. Okay, that is basic shapes. And now let's look at the 3D shapes. And we do the same thing. The brackets I can make it bigger or smaller. Let's make that a little smaller. Yikes. Keep it going. Keep it. Come on. Yep. Okay. And this really isn't about speed. I'm just not bad, not bad. I take a little time to warm up. But once I say I'm starting to feel it, then it's that's when I revert back to, yep, jank. Decisive, come on. Decisive, 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 decisive. Art with a purpose. Starting to sound like an actual coach. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, that was bad. Still bad. Lost cause. All right, 3D shapes. Now, what was the next thing? I need a reminder. Also, okay, we'll do the mannequin, and then we'll go into head and hands, and then or should we do heads and hands and then mannequin? We'll switch it up. How about this? We'll go to head and hands. Something new. Okay, so I have my head and hands folder. And this is a little mock-up I did earlier. And sometimes I draw on this just for practice. But this is the basics of a head. You may take a screenshot of this for your file. But this is circle, right? And or an oval for the overall shape. Ears are usually around, right? The bottom of the ears are at the bottom of the nose, typically. There are variations in people, but this is all typical, right? We got the eye line. We have the eyebrow line. This is the hairline. This is the mouth. So this would be the lower mouth, the shadow underneath, and then the chin. Right? And this is the 3/4 view, looking to my right, this way. And we got the same eye line, eyebrow line, hairline, mouth, nose. And this is the side plane. So all of this. So if it's lit from here, right, this could be lit, and this would have a shadow on it. And then there'd be a shadow underneath here, and a shadow here. But this is the basic head. So let's look at, this is my head. And so we'll take this, hit V for the move tool, and then a number to make it like 50% opacity, 40%, 30%. Let's go with 30%. Get my brush tool, and I will make a new layer. And we'll just sketch out the basics, right? If you have a picture of yourself, you can do this at home. Okay. So I'm going to make, if it was a circle, right? And then we have the oval. To the chin. We have the eye line. For me, it's on the top of my ear. And then my bottom of my ear, the nose line. All right, and my eyebrows, my hairline, and my mouth line. I have a neck and the shoulders. And that is the basics of my head. Should we do another one? Let's do another one. Let's do the one, yes. Much like the basic version I just did earlier. V for the move tool, and we'll go to 30%. Oh, gotta be on the layer. 30% opacity. Go back to the brush tool, and then circle. All right. My chin. there's a back part of your head. Jawline. And got the ear. My eyeline. And I'm looking this way, so. And this is the side plane. The side plane goes like that and follows the contours of your face. And here is my mouth line. And my eyebrows. And usually it comes out just a little bit. Because your eye is a recess within your skull. So your eyebrows come out a little bit to shield the sun from your eyes. My hairline. And then we have the ear. Have a neck. And that is the basics of the head. Now we'll be going over this every day, I believe, from now on. Because we want to get into the practice of looking at the head, studying the head, and doing the head. So once you have your nine photos, like I have them in different, just so I can give myself enough examples at different angles. All right. So that was it. Let me put some ears on this. I have ears. Okay. All right. So what else we were doing? This is my gestures folder, but let's go to the mannequin folder. So why not take this one? So I believe it's, this one. We'll make a new one first. Let's make this fit screen. Make a new layer. And let's use the simple shapes to fill out this mannequin. Now what's cool is its body is facing away from us, off to, what is it, my left, while the head is looking at us, more or less. Let's get a softer brush. All right, we're doing a box shape. And if we remember what we just looked at, all right, there's an eye line, a brow line, hairline, nose line, and the nose is between the ears. Between the eye line and the nose line. And then there's a mouth. Let's say the body is, let's use a box. And a box or a cube is a 3D shape, right? So there's a bit of a shelf. There's a side plane. Right? And I like that body direction going this way. The hips are another box, and you can see the side plane because you see the light, right? There's a light hitting him on the side plane. And that's what will make this box. And since this is his shadow, right? So the light's coming from this way. That's the light. And let's do circles for the joints. For his elbows, his knees, and his ankles. Do some simple wedges and for the feet. And cylinders for his arms and legs. And the hands. Which is what we'll do next. First, let's do those legs. And we're just trying to get down the basics of human form. And there we have it. There's pectors. Pectors. All right. So that was Mannequin. All right. This is the Mannequin. It's on top. Turn these all off so we can get a better look at. All right. And now let's switch over to, shall we do heads and some hands? Let's do a hand. Let's give him a hand. All right. Turn off this group and go to hands. In this file, I have the nine photos that I took. Let's take a look. So I did hands in different positions. And hands are an interesting thing to draw, right? Because they change. They can morph. And so it makes them a very interesting subject. They're also one of the harder things because of the moving bits. There's a lot of moving bits. So let's take this, hit V for the move tool. Let's see, 30%, 40. New layer. And first, let's make like a block. Make this larger. So it's a 3D object, right? So this is a side plane. This is as a block. This is the top. This is the side. Right, top, side, side. Another side, but you can't see it. Another side, but you can't see it. All right, and then there are bits coming off of this block. The thumb. And then we have pinky. What is this, the ring finger? And this is another one where we'll be doing this nearly every day. And we're not trying to be perfect at first. We're just trying to get down all the complexities broken down every day. so that we can get a handle on it. We won't be perfect at first. We just got to keep at it. And then there are indicators like the nail, and where it bends. Right. And then the palm, usually the thumb can move inwards. So there's a crease usually here. And then there's another crease that goes usually across the palm. And then this little bit has a little bit of a, right, moving into the pinky. There's this fat area. And then every digit can move because we're very flexible. And the wrist goes into the arm. Right. Let's erase some of the box underneath. But we still want an indication that it exists, that there is a box that we see. Or maybe more of a rectangle, a shallow rectangle. Was there anything else? Okay. Basic anatomy. This should be cool. Where are we at? Okay, we'll turn off the mannequin and go to the anatomy. All right, so this is some basic anatomy that I got from a college class way back. I still have it. So thanks, I think Brian was my teacher at the time. Kenan, I believe. You don't care about that. But anyways, here we go. We don't need to know all of the muscles. We just need to know enough, right, to get started. And then if you want to become an anatomy master, you may do so. But as an artist, we mostly need the ones that we can visibly see and see those ones manipulated in real time so that we can draw them and pose our characters. Here we have the basics of, there's a rib cage holding all your heart and is encased for protection. But here are the pectorals, right? Rib cage underneath. Latissimus dorsi on the back. The deltoids is the shoulder, covering the shoulder, or is the shoulder. Right, the obliques. The iliac crest is the pelvic bone, right? And you can feel it if you press on the front side, that corner, you can feel that, right? And that's a good defining point. The rectus abdominis, right? Top, bottom. And this is just the very basics. And moving down. Right, okay. The deltoid, pectorals, the external obliques, the rectus abdominis, right? Upper, lower, the iliac crest, latissimus dorsi covers the back and covers the scapula, which is the bone on your back, the flat. It's a flat bone. with a protruding part that reaches up and over and hooks up to the humerus bone. The acromion process is hooked up right to the clavicle, I believe. Pectorals, rib cage, external obliques. Let's keep going. The trapezius on the backside. This is the big, right? Also covering part of your scapula, right? And this deltoid, which helps move your arm up and down. Latissimus dorsi, covering the bottom part of the scapula. Both are all that's covering the rib cage and then the spine, hooking up to your pelvis. Right, and this is the spine of the scapula. That's fine. And there's a lot of connectors that moves your arm in different positions because we have a range of motion that is very unique. Let's keep going. Anatomy of the leg. The leg has a lot of muscles. Now let's see. Let's start with the bone. The femur, right, connects from the hip all the way down to the kneecap, which is the patella. Right, and then there's the patellar ligaments connecting to the tibia. And then there's the fibula that connects on the side of the tibia down to the ankle right here. All right, and there's a lot of muscles because we need, for stability and then the range of motion of our legs. And we can also, change speeds from walking, standing, walking, running. All right. Is there anything that stands out to me? Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. But also the internet is a great resource for learning about the muscles and the skeleton. But we won't be going over a lot of that, but we're trying to boil this down to the basics. Let's keep going. The side view. Gluteus maximus, tensors, iliotibial tract, which is on the side, patella. Right, look at all these muscles. Wow. Yeah. You don't need to know all the names of the muscles, but knowing that they're there and somehow how they move the body and the major ones. It's important. Let's keep going. All right, now we have the pelvic bone. Gluteus maximus on top. Like, wow. Iliac crest again. Yeah. Again, you can take a screenshot if you want to save this. And moving on. Some simple anatomy of the arm. Arms are cool. Deltoid, tricep, right, is on the back part of the arm. The bicep is along the middle. Got the humerus bone, but it's not funny when you hit it. And the flexor groups and the extensor group. All right, and what's cool is the radius and the ulna, and they can overlap one another so we can get that range of movement of moving our hand from the palm side to the back side. Yeah. And we'll be drawing these at a later, probably tomorrow. But we just want to get a baseline of what we're looking at, because there is a lot. There is a lot. We've got some of the supination and pronation of the arm, the forearm, wrist, and hand. Palm side, supination. Pronation is the backhand side. And how the bones can shift. Oops, did it again. Pretty cool. Yeah, and this is when I took the class. I think it was Anatomy for Animation, Brian Kennan. Thanks, Brian. And that is anatomy. We'll start drawing these things more in the coming day. Well, probably starting tomorrow and in the coming days. So if you want to get your own reference from the internet, anything you wanted to study, anything you wanted to learn, this is, you can make this boot camp what you want. So that was the basics of anatomy. All right, before we go, let's take one more look. Okay, so today we did shapes, heads and hands, mannequin, and some anatomy. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the 7th, shapes, heads and hands, mannequin, anatomy, and perspective. 1-point perspective, to be specific. So we'll go over all that tomorrow. So I hope that has helped you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.